Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Yet another video revolving around color changers. Been a lot of those recently. I think I'm done with the singular reviews just because I'm tired of having to bring out the cups of hot and cold water every time, getting water all over my desk. Just because that is, well, very annoying. But we're not done with color changers entirely because I decided to make some of my own. We have 13 here. And in the future, you will see some more. Right now, it is just 13. We're going to go through, I believe it will be 7 singles and 2 two-packs. You see here just a couple other random assorted color changers. These will all be color changers that have not been released before, whether it be characters that have never gotten any kind of color changer release, or a car that has been released as a color changer but not any color. And these are all actual edits that I completed. Let's jump into it. First off, we have Charlie Checker going from blue to yellow. I thought that was kind of an obvious choice because the Piston Cup is yellow and blue. Those are like their main colors. I guess red as well. And since Charlie is yellow with the blue stripe, I thought it would be cool to see him go from the normal yellow that he's in to blue. So you can see the front half of him is in that new blue color, and the rear half is in the original yellow color. I think he looks really, really good in that blue. Wouldn't mind seeing him like fully in blue, in actual blue. Let's see. Next up, we have Heyday Smokey, and he will go from blue to red. You can see there a little bit of blue left on that red side, unfortunately. Mistake made by myself. But I really like the look of this guy. I do like the look of like the logo is not touched by the color change. So, of course, the original, it's like a reddish, brownish, orange, dark. In the front, it's kind of like a more tame, tealish, cyan, sky blue color. I really like the look of it. I don't think I'd prefer it much to, like, the actual Heyday Smokey. But I do think it turned out pretty well and be a really nice color changer to see. These all will have, like, a watermark on them just with my logo. But you will see these in an upcoming video. Just completely watermark free. I put that there just because this is like a separate video from that other bigger video I'm doing, and I've seen people in the past, they've taken like the edits that I did and posted them as their real cars. I don't want that to happen, so I figured I'd throw a little watermark on there just to make sure people aren't confusing these as like actual Mattel diecasts. Next up, as I said, you will get them without their watermark very, very soon. So you can see them in all their glory. Not that it really takes away from it, they just kind of clip down to the edge of the tire there. Next up, we have Cal Weathers going from blue to green. The other Dynaco color changers do this exact same thing, where it goes from like the Dynaco blue to a kind of tealish, bluish green color, which looks really funky. But I figured I'd continue that trend on here with Cal. And the edit isn't as dark as I would want it to be. I wanted the green to be a little bit more darker, but I still think it looks pretty cool. I like the look. I think I did a pretty good job making like the fade from like where you would be dipping the color changer in the water. I messed that up on a whole lot of these, but I think it did come up pretty well. The other cars that they did include the Dynaco Chick Hicks and the Dynaco McQueen. And there was also a Mater. It wasn't a Dynaco Mater. It was just a brand new Mater that also went to like that same or similar bluish green color. Next up, we have Andrew Vrooman going from the brown, original kind of goldish brown color to teal. I really like the look of this one. Of course, El Camino, one of the best looking cars, or I guess trucks, in my opinion. So you can't really go wrong. This guy could pull off any color. He pulls off the brown. I think he pulls off the teal pretty well. He can pull off black, white, pink, red. I'd love to make some more edits of him in those colors soon. This one, I couldn't find like a great stock image for him, so I pulled this image from the BDD World of Cars website. They are a massive help in these projects that I do, and that'll be evident very, very soon. They're just, if you don't know, which I don't know why you wouldn't know, one of the biggest websites within the cars community. They have pictures of almost every single car ever released in package. And they also take their own pictures of the cars loose from amazing angles like this. So when there isn't a stock image of a car, this will be my go-to. Very awesome website. I definitely recommend checking it out. Even if you, if you know all the cars, there's still some hidden gems in there. They even have their own forum, which has some pretty neat information hidden in there. Great website. Thank you for putting these photos out there. Hopefully, I'm allowed to use them to make this cool stuff right here. Next up, we have Louise and Nash going from that tannish color, just kind of like a light blue. I think the light blue goes good with like the light red. It's always been a color combination I've been a fan of. Nothing too much to say about it. As I said, love the little light blue. It does look kind of off, but I think it would grow on me if this were a real color changer. Then we have Hamm Centercut. This is the one where I messed up the like the color line the most. But if you look at the blue, I think the blue looks absolutely fantastic. I think I chose like a very good shade to color him in. The pink, that's his original color, but I just really love the look of the blue. I just can't get over like the terrible job of like the line that I did. But you can see what he would look like. You can kind of imagine it using your imagination. That would be a nice looking color changer. Kind of a random color changer to release. But that probably won't be the most random color changer that we have in this video. Now we have Nigel Gearsley going from green to black. This is probably the favorite color changer edit that I've ever done. Nigel, he's originally that British racing green, and I decided to make him go full black. I think black race cars look really good when they're not usually black. Like if you had a Chick Hicks and made him a fully dark matte black color, he would look so good. Like normal black race cars like Aiken Axler. Let's see who else we have. Phil Tankson, maybe like a Jackson Storm. They look fine in the original black, but if you put a car like Winford Bradford Rutherford or Ruby Easy Oaks in black, they just look so much better. And that's the case with Nigel here. This would be a color changer that I think everyone should pick up. And I like the black so much, I actually made a full edit of what it will look like when that black color. The spoiler is a little bit clipped off, but once again, you will see the full version in an upcoming video, and this time I'll make sure that the spoiler stays within the frame. But you get the general idea. Then we have the Speed Demon. This is one I got this as like a suggestion. I was asking friends for some suggestions. This is one I already had in mind, and their suggestion just kind of confirmed it. It's really hard to pull off color changing black to another color, especially when it's white in Photoshop, which is what I use to make these edits. You can see there, she doesn't look terrible, I guess. You get the idea, but you lose a lot of the detail that you would have with the black. And of course, when I was trying to outline like the door handle, or the grill and whatnot, it didn't turn out too amazing. But I do think she would look really good in white. I attempted a custom of making her in white, kind of gave up. But this color changer would kind of recognize that. Then we have Wilmar Flattz. As I said, this is probably the most random character that you'll see in this video. Which is kind of weird to say because I've always mentioned Wilmar as a she. It sounds like a girl's name. She's like bright pinkish. She's got a expression that matches a lot of the other female cars. But Wilmar is a he. Nothing wrong with that. Great looking car. I love the original pink. I was not too inspired, so I just kind of made him turn into gray. I think he still looks very nice. The texture would be really different, of course, from like this shiny thing that you see here. Same with all the other cars. But I think it, as I said, looked pretty nice, pretty clean, nothing much to it. Then we get into the 2-packs. Here we have Road Trip Lightning McQueen. We have already gotten 3 versions of Road Trip Lightning McQueen. One that goes from red to gray, one that goes from red to yellow, and one that goes from kind of like a reddish purple to light blue. So this time we're going to a new color. This time it's going from red to a bright green. And then we have Mater. They've released a whole lot of Mater color changers. I don't think they've done one where it goes from like the brand new Mater blue to black. So that is one that I am doing. And if they did do that, let's just pretend that's gray. Here is a fuller, bigger image of that Lightning McQueen. It's kind of Christmas colors, you know. I do like the look of it. We don't need another Road Trip Lightning McQueen, but I think this one would be acceptable. Then we have Mater in the bigger, high-quality version. I think it did a good job with that color line here. Looks pretty clean. I would love to see a Mater in full black. I don't think we've ever seen a full black Mater in any short, any movie, even any like factory custom. So that would be neat. I guess there is a Disney Store diecast, but that's more like a hot rod. He has like yellow, red flames on him and whatnot. Then the final cars, we have color changer Kevin Shiftright going from blue to green, and color changer Ralph Carlow going from blue to red. Both of these match the colors of their sponsors. So like Clutchhead is like a blue and green sponsor, so the blue turns to green. Lone Torquey Pistons, they're like yellow, blue, and red, so the blue goes to red. I think both of those look really nice, kind of like alternate paint schemes, something that they're run as like a one-off. I'd love to see like a full line of like alternate paint schemes like that mysterious color shop Ryan inside Laney that appears in Cars 30 during the Florida 500. There is a close-up of Kevin looking absolutely beautiful. I think the green looks really nice on him. And last but not least, you have the close-up of Ralph. He looks really good in red. I think the color changer Piston Cup racers look really good. I don't think we've ever gotten any of the original Cars 3 or Cars 1 Piston Cup racers as like color changers, apart from like McQueen, the King, and whatnot. So these would be the firsts, and there would definitely be some of the best. That is pretty much it for today's video. As I said, a part 2 will be coming very soon, and then another video that will feature all of these in good quality, no watermarks, will also be out pretty soon. You can see that McQueen that I was talking about earlier there, how I wanted to make it darker. Goes from like the Donico blue to a green. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.